Good morning.
Good morning.
Last day? Last morning, not last day. Time to leave soon. नहीं?
Yes,
क्या देख रहे
it's
हो?
already 8:30 plus, and by 10:30 we should be leaving this place. So last few hours you can say.
Last few hours. So last few videos as well. No?
Yes.
So we talked about two things that we should probably cover. We haven't spoken about your kids yet. So do you want to take 5 minutes to talk about, you said you were so fond of kids, but how did you feel when you had your own? I know that you were very fond of Ashu, but how did that go? Like, what do you remember of people's childhoods and our childhoods and how you felt? Was fatherhood different from being an uncle?
Well, to be honest, I would say it makes a lot of difference in having your own children. And I remember when Vikas was born, or Ashu as we used to call him then, I used to even go to the extent of saying, I don't mind pampering him to the extent of even spoiling him. So he was quite young. We were in Kanpur. Luckily for us, he had a company with Ashu almost at the same age, in the same house, the same block of those 4 flats. And I distinctly have a memory when I went to Canada in 75, Ashu calling all over the Delhi airport terminal and Sunana running after him trying to catch him.
Funny.
He was very good in spellings. When you were born in Kota, we used to travel in one of those army vehicles to go for movies in the open air theatre. And very often the officers used to start playing a spellings game with the children. And invariably, Vikas, even though not the eldest among the children in that group, used to do extremely well in the spellings. So that is that. And Vishal was born in Udhampur, 1977. Cold January morning. And at that time, unfortunately, we didn't have any senior members of the family available at hand when Vishal was born.
Wasn't mummy there?
Mummy was there, but she came 2 days after Vishal was born. And the moment, and there was a lot of drama in the hospital about him because I felt he was not crying properly. The sisters and the doctors said, don't be funny, there's nothing wrong with the child. He was born on a Saturday, and Monday morning I was told, when I phoned up how is he, I was told he's been put on the DI list. DI list is a term in the army known as dangerously ill. And we have regulations that the moment a patient is shifted to either SI, seriously ill list, or DI, dangerously ill list, the next of kin has to be informed by the fastest possible means. And in this case, I happened to be in the same station. All it required was a telephone call to me, which they didn't. And so immediately I left the office, went to the hospital, and what do I find in the hospital? It is not Vishal who is on the DI list, it is some other child.
Ah. Okay.
So there was so much of confusion in that one.
Huh.
Anyway, in the afternoon, mummy came, so she complained that his gland is not normal. And he was removed to a nursery. Nobody was allowed to go into him and look after him. So whenever there was time for feeding him, Sunana used to be taken in the nursery or the child used to be brought out, fed and taken back. And right from that time onwards, we found that Vishal was late in all his milestones. And at every milestone we went and consulted the child specialist in the army hospitals. They look, he should have been doing this at so and so age. He is not. And every time when we went and complained, the doctors shouted that Sunana and me, you don't try to be doctors. These are only guidelines. Not every child achieves that milestone. There is a band of time. Some people do it faster, some people do it slower. And this continued almost till he was a year plus. The first indication of a problem which the doctors finally accepted was when he got convulsions at the age of 1 year, 1 month. That is the time when they said, yes, there is a problem, and by that time all his old medical records were destroyed.
Why?
Because in the army, for an officer, his medical records are kept right till his retirement. But family's medical records are kept only for 3 months. And since he got a problem after a year and a month, we couldn't even find out as to what exactly happened at the time of delivery, which caused the problem. But
it was a complicated delivery.
I mean, I wouldn't say it was a complicated delivery. I would say the delivery was normal, but it was a case of negligent handling. Because he was born at about a time when you can say the shift was close changing. He was born at about 1:30 in the afternoon, and Saturday afternoon 1:30 army units closed down. People are in a rush to go home for lunch. So maybe the sisters were in a hurry to wind up the thing and move out. So it is presumed that they would have been negligent. He must have taken in some fluid into his lungs, which did not let him breathe properly, and that resulted in brain anoxia, that is deficient supply of oxygen to the brain, causing permanent damage to certain portion of the brain.
So did you complain, or how did you feel as parents?
You see, complaints, since there was no old record available and there is very little, at least in those days, that one could achieve by complaining. So we just brought it to the notice of doctors, and we felt really bad about it because of somebody's negligence, which due to the non-availability of documents cannot even be proved now. Vishal had to suffer, and he is still suffering to some extent. But I remember for him everything had to be, we had to put in a lot of effort to see that everything he can achieve. Sitting without support, we used to have a muda, put him inside the muda, put cushions around, then make him sit in that.
Oh, really?
That was how he started sitting without, I mean, that was obviously with support, but that is how we tried to strengthen his back. Then for walking and standing, I made him a special walker with a tricycle sort of a thing. And every evening we used to take him out with that tricycle walker, where he used to be holding it and pushing it and therefore walking. So he started standing, I think, at the age of 2 years, 10 months or something. 2 years, 10 months, 11 months. He was born in January 77. He started standing and walking. But the day he stood, he walked.
Yeah, okay.
The day he stood, he walked. And he used to even have a boom, thinking that's a support for me to stand. and he threw the boom and then walked. So that day I remember Vikas went to school, nursery school, and he was so happy, telling all his teachers, my brother started walking, my brother started walking.
Oh. But it must be such an achievement for you as well as a parent.
Oh yes. I mean, I think we put in a lot of effort to help him come up to the level that he has. In the childhood, even though Baji, after seeing the horoscope, said that whatever had to happen has already happened, his future is going to be better.
But you have to make it better now, which is your karma.
So, even though he gave us that assurance astrologically, but we had to work very hard on him, whether in achieving physical milestones or educational milestones. And it is great that he could eventually pass class 10 through National Open School.
That was an achievement.
Even
for both parents and for him.
He even wanted to do class 12, which we encouraged, but after a couple of attempts I found that was proving too much for him, and every time he failed in that test, it used to have a negative impact on him.
It was also not necessary.
So then, to ensure that it doesn't leave a permanent effect on him, I talked him out of appearing for class 12. Look, it's not important. Not everybody does this.
Yes, it's not important at all.
So that is, in a nutshell, been.
But looking at him now, being independent, doing his own things. I remember when I was a child, वो bathroom में help करना, या helping butter his toast or button his shirt or put on shoes. I remember as a younger sister how much effort went into that, like whether it was you guys or Mohite Bhaiya or somebody, like always helping. Or every night Mama used to do his speech therapy before we went to bed. So I've actually, for years in my childhood, I've gone to bed with the sound of those guys doing their speech therapy.
Yeah.
So he's come a really long way.
It has been a big effort, and I would give full credit to Sunana, because she even went to the extent of doing a course on handling such children in Calcutta. Because being in the army, every 1.5, 2 years, I was out posted from place A to place B. We couldn't get the special facilities in all stations. So, as a family, we decided, look, if she can get the training, it will make our job a little more professional in trying to help them out.
And that worked, so it was well worth the effort.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But वो भी कहते हैं ना, like, whether it was negligence at birth or it would have taken another shape or form, it was our karma as a family, Vishal के कर्म, आप लोगों के as parents.
Yes,
It requires greater effort, and maybe that's what you needed to do.
quite right. And another thing, now that we are talking of children,
Huh.
I remember is the story about your birth.
Go on.
That night,
Huh.
we had gone to see a movie. And BG was also there. So me, BG, Sunana, Vikas Vishal, of course.
Huh.
And the movie generally used to start at about 7:30, 8, go until 10:30 or something. Probably at about 9:30 or quarter to 10.
कौन सी पिक्चर थी?
I don't remember. I don't remember. So probably at about 9:30 or quarter to 10, Sona started getting labor pains.
Huh.
We were still watching the movie.
Was she due or was...
She was due.
Okay.
She was due. Or maybe, I think it was, probably she was due.
Huh.
So we were watching the movie. I picked up my scooter. We left the movie.
You took her on scooter.
I mean, that was the only conveyance available. But luckily, the hospital was just about 400, 500 meters from the cinema hall.
Acha.
So I took her straight to the hospital, got her admitted, then came back.
Finish the movie?
No, not finished the movie. Then came back, took BG along to the hospital.
Huh.
Because on a scooter I could take only one person at a time.
Huh.
And I don't know, I then went home for something. I don't recollect why, but I came back from home at about 11:40 or so, and back that time you were already born.
Oh. Yeah, last child now. You must have gone to leave the other kids.
Possible. So anyway, that is how you were born.
Interesting. That was a short labor.
And talking of births now, it takes me back to Vikas's birth.
Huh.
We were posted in Kanpur that time. Kanpur, we had two very good friends.
Huh.
One was a very old gentleman who was that time in his 60s,
Huh.
Dr. Harkishan Singh.
Huh.
He was an MBBS doctor who used to practice homeopathy.
Acha.
So he used to keep dropping into our house very often.
Huh.
So supposedly he had given some medicine to Sonana, which he said will ensure that she will not have any
Huh.
major problems at the time of delivery.
Huh.
And another person we had was Dr. V.K. Jogi.
Hmm.
He was a railway doctor, not even an army person.
Huh.
My predecessor in that workshop was friendly with Jogi, and he introduced me to Jogi, and that is how I know.
Hmm.
And Jogi, in those days there were no telephones. India was still quite backward. Even landlines were not available for the mobiles. And Jogi, I nicknamed him as a phantom.
Huh.
Because whenever I thought that there was a need, I want to consult a doctor, be it 6:30 in the morning, be it 10:30 in the night, you hear the bell ringing.
And it's
and
Jogi.
when you go and open the door, Dr. Jogi is standing in front of you.
How nice.
I mean, it's remarkable.
Dil se dil ki rao.
Remarkable. That was a wonderful experience I had with him. Unfortunately, the poor man left very early in life. God bless his soul. And he was told, his wife was a gynecologist, and he himself was a general doctor. So they knew that Sonana is expected on by 24th August, something is likely to happen. So that day his scooter was not working. It was likely to rain, They took a three-wheeler cycle rickshaw and came to our house. कि नहीं, आज सोचा भाभी जी की हालत जरूर चेक करनी है.
Huh.
So they came in the evening at about 8 o'clock, 8:30, just to see Sunana. And since she was a gynecologist, she took her in and examined her.
Huh.
So I told her, I don't have any conveyance here.
Huh.
Obviously, on scooter it will not be safe to take her. So you let me know in case there's a need. I'll get a jeep here and keep it overnight at home.
Huh.
So that at night if there's an emergency, I can take her to the hospital. So with that as a reason, she went to examine her and said, नहीं कर लिया, कैप्टन शर्मा कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, तो सुबह तक चाहिए होगी, अभी कोई जल्दी नहीं है.
Huh.
Fine. I didn't even bother to inform the workshop. Suddenly at about 9:15 or so,
Huh.
Mrs. Joggy says, कैप्टन शर्मा गाड़ी मंगवाओ जल्दी से. So since there was no phone, I had to go to the workshop. That was the fastest way to get the vehicle. So I went to the workshop, got a jeep, took her to the hospital,
Huh.
and we reached the hospital at about, I think, 9:30, 9:40. 9:30, 9:40 we reached the hospital. The labor room was on the first floor. Sunana walked up to the first floor.
Acha?
She walked up to the first floor, and as we entered the veranda of the first floor, all lights went off.
Oh.
So those days in India we used to have copper cables being used for as transmission cables.
Huh.
And copper being a costly material, there used to be a lot of thefts of those copper cables.
Oh.
So somebody had cut that cable just outside the hospital in an effort to steal it, and that is what caused that power failure.
Huh.
And there was no emergency generator available. So eventually Vikas was born in torchlights and Petromax. And then Dr. Joggy was there. There was only sister available. At night there was no doctor in the hospital. It was a small hospital.
Dr. Mrs. Jolly.
Dr. Mrs. Joggy was there. So she told the nurse, hey, look, I'm a gynecologist. I can come and assist you in the delivery.
Huh.
That sister won't let her come in. Nothing doing. This is our hospital. You may be a doctor, but
Huh.
you can't assist her. So poor lady, she had to wait outside.
Huh.
And as I told you, 9:40, Sunana was climbing up the steps. 9:55 is Vikas's birthday.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Wow. I didn't realize it was that short.
It was that short.
So whose labor was long?
And
15 मिनट का लेबर पापा. एक घंटे का लेबर.
almost. Because those days, what I told you, that Dr. Harkishan had given some medicine which said that she'll have an easy delivery.
Huh.
Second, both Joggy
Huh.
and Dr. Harkishan
Huh.
had told us that we must do a lot of walking.
Hmm.
So till the last day,
Huh.
we used to walk about 10 kilometers a day.
Okay.
5 in the morning, 5 in the evening.
Huh.
And probably that is what helped her.
Amazing. Really amazing. Wow.
So today, as I say, कि I find it difficult to walk. There have been times when I walk 10 kilometers a day.
अपने बच्चों के पीछे. अब बच्चों की बात नहीं सुनते हो. Yeah. Wow.
Don't tell me you were not aware of these stories, were you?
No, I was aware of there not being any Bijli. I was aware. But I didn't know the labor was that short. For some reason, I thought the labor was really long and puri raat Bijli nahi thi. ऐसे.
I mean, 8:30, Dr. Joggy does a actual visual examination and then says till morning there is no emergency. At 9:55 Vikas was born.
Amazing. I'm sure a lot of women will be jealous. Yeah. So now 40 years on, 41 years on. It's exactly 41 years?
Yes, exactly.
From 24th August 1974?
4.
Yeah. How do you feel about fatherhood?
Oh,
Tough one, putting you on the spot.
no, I think it's good, and I must again thank God for giving me such wonderful children. All said and done, I mean, everybody has his or her problems in life, but as a family, I think we've been good, and all that I keep hoping now is that the family stays as a family together, and we don't have to go through crisis that most families go through after the departure of the parents. That is just one worry which keeps me a little worried, but
We won't.
then in any case I will not be there. It will be probably just three of you who will have to sort it out.
But there will be nothing to sort out. There won't be.
No, I mean, we should not have a situation like probably we had in our family. Of course, things are smoothed out now over a period of time. But we've gone through a bad time after Bodi's death.
Yes.
So, no complaints about it and no blaming anybody for it. But I for one at least would definitely like to avoid a repeat of that sort of a thing in any family, not only mine, in any family.
I think at least for our family, and I mean our extended family, we've all seen how traumatic drama like that can be. And I don't think any of the younger generation would actually be inclined to fight certain things. They're just not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It is just not worth it.
So anyway, with that hope, one looks towards the future with a lot of goodwill and
Yes. And the next holiday with all the kids
yes, next holiday with all the kids.
in Bhutan
Certainly, certainly.
for you to organize.
You let me know when you can come on leave, and let's try and make it in such a way so that Naman's school is also off. Then we can all go together and plan a holiday.
Okay. Cool.
Worth it,
Worth it?
definitely.
Well, that's a good one to end one holiday on. Looking forward to the next one.
Next one. The
Yeah.
planning for the next one to start straight away.
Yes, exactly. While we're all energized by this holiday. Yeah. So good. I'm just gonna end this one. But